My eyes burn! My throat burns! Oh no, I missed! No! Yes! No! God dang it! Hey everyone, welcome to another video in Project D-Dart. Today, we're going to be installing these rear mud flaps on my 2016 Dodge Dart SE known as Xavier. I'm going to be straight with you guys. I don't have a deep reason for wanting these, let alone installing them. They just give the car sort of rally car look to me and therefore they're cool. That's it. It really just isn't that deep, bro. Unlike a couple other mods you'll see on the car, this really is just mostly a style over function sort of modification. I mean, yes, to be fair, these will keep the rocks from kicking up onto the lower portion of the rear bumper, but that's secondary to the first reason why I'm installing them. Again, mostly looks over function in this case. Alrighty, and now it's time for the actual install. So it's gonna be a little tricky here just because it's such a cramped space right back in here, but I believe there are there's about 3 bolts because it's gonna, the way that the mud flaps install into this portion of the car here into the, well, wheel liner is you take 3 screws out, or I say screws, you take 3 nuts out and then you replace them, or you put the mud flaps over it and then you re-screw it. It's really that simple. Now, unfortunately, we're doing this in my garage, and what that means is you're only going to see this side of the install, but it's exactly the same on the other side, so that should be okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to grab the passenger side mud flaps. I'm going to grab some tools that should be in my trunk from the last time I went to the junkyard and get this install going. So this is the front side. This is the front side of the passenger side fender, not fender liner, mud flap, and it goes on. If I can fish it in correctly, it goes on, it looks backwards, so it goes on basically like that, and then you just make sure to screw it on. Like I say, it looks wrong because it looks unintuitive. It's like, why are you putting it on backwards? But it's to keep the rocks being flung up as the wheel is going forward down. So let me, for 1 second, just move the camera here. Put it a little further back. So there you go. That should be preferable, but yeah. So as the wheel is going forward here, everything's going to want to be flung up and out like this. And so the mud flap kind of keeps it down and stops it from hitting the lower part of the bumper here. This is going to be really good when it snows, which it's November as I'm recording this in Colorado. So that's going to happen pretty soon. But yeah, so we got this hole here. There's one here. We got this hole here. It's showing, I don't know that there is actually a nut or anything there. I'm not really seeing one, but there's also one on the top. So that should be enough. But like I'm saying, we're really just going to only be able to do this side because of how tight it is on the other side. And I'm really trying not to back the car out to get this done. Also, I do want to state very briefly that I would have preferred to have the garage open, but unfortunately I have some rather noisy neighbors who, not at this moment, but I can't predict when they're going to do it. They've been playing music really rather loud. So can't risk the copyright, therefore we're going to be doing this in garage lighting. I just got to hope it's good enough. So I got to find out which of these is going to be big enough to go over and get a good seal. I got it right on the first try. So 5/16. Unfortunately, a lot of people are going to laugh at me because I just forget the terminology for these things. But whatever this thing is here, you want to find a 5/16 version of it because that's the size of the bolt or socket. That's what it is. You want to find a 5/16 socket. Also, you should really do this with gloves. I'm not because I'm dumb and kind of forgot to grab them. All right. Also, it might not be a terrible idea if you do decide to do this, to take the wheel off. You don't have to. It's just, as you can see here, getting my finger in here is quite a little pain. So I don't want to take the wheel off, mostly because I'm lazy and I don't want to put it back on, especially because after recording this, I've actually got work in a couple hours. And The Aurora Borealis. It is, I think it's the 12th at the time I'm recording this. We had apparently a pretty good Borealis the night before, which I didn't know about. So I'm going to get a second chance today, and I'm not going to miss it. Trying not to hit the bodywork as much as possible. But yeah, so that Borealis thing that I'm talking about, apparently it's supposed to be better today. And from what I saw at the time of roughly at the time of recording this, everyone on the interwebs keeps saying it'll start at 5, because that's when it's been getting dark around these parts, and last until 9. My goal is to get out exactly. Wow, did I curb that? Did I curb that, or did it get curbed before I got it? That's cringe either way. Anyway, my point is I'm going to get out of here at 5. Because me and my family actually tried last year to chase the Aurora Borealis. I think it was around this time last year. I think it was October though. And we did not make it. We did not see anything. And that was a huge disappointment. I thought I wasn't going to get another chance. So, I learned my lesson from last time. No way in hell am I going to be behind this time around. See if I can. It's not finger loose yet, which is unfortunate. This is what I'm saying, because the tire, fills up a good bit of the wheel well here, and I'm only getting quarter turns at best, is what I'm guessing. All right, it's almost, the washer is away now from the fender liner itself, which is good. I just need to get the bolt. I need to get the bolt itself. Oh, I think that just did it. I just felt it kind of let go. Yep, it's finger loose now. It's finger loosing good. And I forgot what fast food chain that comes from. Finger licking good. Isn't that KFC? I don't remember now. I really don't remember now. Shows you how much I go to KFC. And I find, what's funny? Someone at the place that I'm part-time employed at now, I finally, although actually, was it her? It was someone, I can't remember exactly who it was I was telling about this, but I did finally find someone else who doesn't really care about KFC. I know it's extremely unrelated considering the automotive thing that we're doing here, but I gotta fill the time somehow. This is gonna take a little minute. But no, because my sister likes KFC. I think my mom gives KFC a pass. It's been so long, I don't know how my dad feels about KFC, but I felt like the only person in my immediate family who does not like KFC, because their chicken is mid. It's not that good. I don't think it's cooked all that well. The breading's not that good. I'm about to say something relatively controversial, because trust and believe, I feel this way. I don't feel that your chicken is incredibly seasoned. It's not seasoned at all. But Raising Cane's has better chicken than KFC. And here's the thing about Raising Cane's. It's a very solid chicken from a breading standpoint, meat quality standpoint, all those things. I really wish I could do this with my left hand. Let's see. Okay, cool. It's very solid on all those bases. It's just not, it isn't seasoned at all. And that's what makes it extremely mid. Now, some of you might be saying, well, why don't you just get the cane sauce? They sell a sauce. I'm not a sauce guy when it comes to meat, especially not chicken. I like here we go. I think it's finger loose now. I'm not a sauce guy. Like the Chick-fil-A sauce, I think I've had it before. It's actually really good. I still, even now, don't get it on my nuggets though. I prefer the main meat, generally speaking, of whatever I'm eating, to have the flavor, to taste good. I don't want it masked. I don't want it masked by whatever sauce they try to impart upon you. It's not for me. There we go. So now we're gonna flip this around. I almost did that off camera like an idiot. Yeah. Then we're gonna get the first bolt back in. We're gonna get it in just enough to hold, and then we're gonna get the second one. That way the mud flap is held. Hopefully that's in and not stripping anything. Okay, I think that's in. I don't really have to worry about holding that anymore. But yeah, as I was saying, I'm gonna have to move for a second because those lights are gonna go dim in a hot second here. Let me do that real quick. Ow! Like I'm saying, the cane, I'm not a meat guy. I want the main sauce in whatever I'm eating, or the main sauce, the main meat, to be well seasoned. I want the meat to have the flavor. Now, I'm not strictly anti-sauce, I just don't often prefer, I don't generally prefer it. I think it wasn't high enough, that was my problem. So I'm not feeling it go through anything yet. But yeah, I'm not strictly anti-sauce. If any of you have been to Chili's and have tried their big smasher burger with the Thousand Island dressing, whoo! That is delicious. Love that. But all the same, that burger is also perfectly juicy in its own right. It doesn't need, I say perfectly juicy, it's not perfectly juicy because smash burger is perfectly juicy. But their burger is still pretty good. I can't see where the hole is. What I don't know is if I'm missing it ever so slightly. I think that should be high enough to get it. Alright, there's the hole. Here we go. Is what I'm not feeling right now. There we go. It was drooping slightly. I think I'm going to have to take the bottom one out, actually. Start from the top, which is a little cringe, but... Alright. We're going to have to change angle here a little bit. Because I need that to be high enough that it actually covers the hole. Once again, I'm sorry that this is in all likelihood blocking y'all's view. But again, with the wheel on, it's cramped anyway. It's not gonna be an incredible viewing experience. But yeah, the Thousand Island dressing on the Chili's burger is extremely good. But that burger is also fairly well seasoned and juicy to begin with. So that Thousand Island dressing just enhances an already incredible burger. Whereas the cane sauce, I feel, on the Cane's chicken, masks what is otherwise solid but extremely mid chicken. I don't like that. It's almost like they were, there it is. It's almost to me as if Raising Cane's were so cheap they couldn't be bothered to season their chicken, so instead they decided to make really bland chicken and cover that up with a delicious sauce that people would of course order because the chicken's no good otherwise. And you see how cheap that is? You see how much of a trick that is? That's why I like their chicken, but there's better chicken out there. Now, having said that, if you have, I think it's McCormick's, what do they call it? If you have McCormick's red seasoned salt, read my lips, red seasoned salt, and you put that over the Raising Cane's chicken, then it becomes delicious. Nicely seasoned, salty, yeah. Frankly, it's the way the chicken should have come from their own establishment. Now I'm just worried about making this tight enough so that it doesn't fall off down the road. No one should, if it does fall, this isn't going to be one of those spoiler alert moments where the spoiler comes off and does a hideous amount of damage. I just don't want to have to buy new ones considering I found these. And I found these at a junkyard, so these have a, even though as you saw from the B-roll, I'm sure, they've been used, they're worn for sure. There's a story to these. There's a story to these mud flaps that you just can't beat because I found them on a junker dart. I found them on a junker dart rather than just buying them from all Mopar parts. No shade to them, actually, a legitimate retailer, but which I'm probably going to end up buying the fronts from because there's almost no darts I've ever seen. That one dart that I saw that had these rear ones is the only dart I've ever seen with them. And even that one didn't have a front set on it, so it's safe to say I'm not at all optimistic that I can find the front set. And then you have to consider the fact that there's a brand, I think it's called Rally Guard or Rally Armor or something. They're not, I've never seen those on a dart either, but they do make a set that fits the dart. So there's that next level of chance is that if I do see a dart, that has mud flaps on it, there's a chance it's that set and not this Mopar one. Now, to be fair, the Rally Armor ones actually work better from what owners were saying. It's bigger. They're more pronounced. I like the Mopar ones though because they're a little more discreet. It's not so look at me. They're just discreet enough that it still seems like a street car to me. That's my problem with the Rally Armor ones is they're very rally car-ish, and I want this to have more of a sport tuner look. Hence why I don't want to go full. I don't want to go full rally. Never go full rally. I don't. Actually, if you have, actually do go full rally. It's a pretty sweet look. It's just not the look I want Xavier to have. I've said this, I think I've said this on my social media, I've posted it on my story on Instagram once or twice. I am fully trying to go for alright, I think we did get this side, sweet. I am fully trying to go for a 2000 Sport Tuner look, very Fast and Furious sort of feeling. Without being tasteless, but I really want to go for that look because it's a front wheel drive, will be sport compact to me. That's just sort of what you do. You either go that rally car, touring car, whatever, but I want this to be, it's kind of an amalgamation of that rally car, touring car look. And with these, it sort of looks like a flared bumper like you might see on a touring car. So, damn. Yeah, but that's what I want to go for here. So we just did this side, so unfortunately what I'm going to do now is cut the recording. I'm going to hop to the other side and try to put the driver's side on without having to back the car out, because I really don't want to back the car out for that. I mean, I probably won't record it anyway just because of where my car is in the driveway, but yeah, so hopefully we can do this without backing the car out. I'm not totally convinced, but yeah, so that is that side. Let's do the next. And there you have it, everyone. This is how the Mopar official Dodge Dart mud flaps look on my 2016 Dodge Dart known as Xavier. I really quite like it. Something that I was talking about that I forgot, there was one extra point as to why I wanted to go for these mud flaps as opposed to the Rally Guard ones, is that because they're a little bit smaller, they're a little bit more discreet, they're a little bit less rally car, a little bit less out there and flamboyant, they actually don't reduce your fuel efficiency by as much because this is effectively aerodynamic drag because the air coming off the wheels is all messed up. So that's the one drawback of me doing this mod is my MPG will go down just a little bit, but not nearly as much as it would go down if I got the Rally Armor, I forgot the name of it. I think it's Rally Armor mud flaps. So a nice in between. I don't reduce my MPG by quite that much, but I still get the rally car look that I want. So that was one of the other reasons why I wanted to go for these. Once again, we will be getting the front ones eventually, but for now, the rear set looks awesome. I've had it on for a few days now since installing it, and I just adore this look. I I just need a wing now. I just need a wing here and some mud flaps at the front to really set Xavier off visually. But I think it's fantastic. I'm sure some of you saw in the video that they are quite worn. Once again, they came from a junkyard, from a dart that already had them, so of course they're going to be worn. That's a story to me. That adds to the character of the car because it's not just a perfect mud flap, it is actually worn. It makes it seem like I really drive the car, and of course I do drive the car because it's my daily. But in any case, I hope you all enjoyed that install. If you did, please make sure to like, comment, share, and consider subscribing. And if you do subscribe, thank you very much. I really do appreciate that. Please make sure you hit the little notification bell and then all notifications. That way you're notified every time I upload. I will see you all next time, hopefully, in the next Project D Dart video.